Hey there. Today, we're digging into something that's quietly reshaping our world pretty much from the inside out. It's this hidden economic system that's always running in the background of our digital lives, and it has a very specific and, let me tell you, a very valuable goal in mind.
So I want you to just start with this question. Seriously, what if everything you did, everything you said, even what you felt, what if all of it was a valuable resource, just like gold, waiting to be extracted? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but as we're about to see, it's pretty much the reality of the world we're exploring today. All right, so let's step into this new territory. We're going to call it the digital mine. Think of our modern world as this vast, uncharted mine, but the riches being pulled out of the ground aren't gold or diamonds. Nope, there's something way, way more personal. And this is the absolute heart of the matter. The valuable resource being systematically harvested is human experience itself. Your private life, your personality, all your little habits and behaviors, that has become the new oil. It's you.
Okay, so how is this whole mining operation even structured? What's the economic system that actually turns your life into raw data? We should probably put a name to it, right?
And here it is, surveillance capitalism. At its core, it's a new economic logic where companies make their money by predicting and then influencing your behavior. And the way they do that? By collecting just massive, unbelievable amounts of data about you.
And you know, when we say raw data, we're not just talking about clicks and likes, not at all. We are talking about the very fabric of your life, where you go, what you search for online at 2 a.m., who you talk to, how you're feeling, what do you secretly want. All of it, it's all collected and analyzed.
Now, you're probably wondering, hold on, how is this even possible? How can our behavior be controlled without us even knowing about it? Well, it's because the machinery is specifically designed to be invisible. It works with a totally new kind of power.
This new power is called instrumentarian power. Now, it's nothing like the old school power that used, force or direct orders. This is so much more subtle. It works by steering your choices from the shadows.
Just look at this contrast, it says it all. Old power was visible, right? It demanded you obey. But this new power, it's quiet. It doesn't need to command you because it can just modify your environment, shape your options, and gently nudge you in a certain direction.
And that's the real kicker. The entire system is built to guide your behavior. Whether it's through a perfectly timed notification or a newsfeed that's curated just for you, it pushes you toward outcomes that are profitable for them. And all the while, you feel like you're making your own free choices.
So if your experience is the raw material, then what's the final product? I mean, what is actually being bought and sold in this brand new marketplace? It's not just your data. It's something much, much more valuable.
This four-step process really breaks down the business model perfectly. First, they extract your data. Second, they use all that data to create incredibly accurate predictions of what you're going to do next. Third, they sell those predictions. And fourth, and this is the most important part, they step in to make sure those predictions actually come true.
This is a fundamental shift, a huge one. We've moved from a market that sells you stuff, goods and services, to what some people are now calling economies of action. The real product isn't the shoe or the subscription anymore. It's the guarantee of your future behavior.
Now, for this entire system to work, there has to be a gigantic information gap. It's called the division of learning. Basically, they learn everything about us while we're kept completely in the dark about what they know and how they use it. This is exactly what makes that instrumentarian power so darn effective.
And this gap, wow, it's terrifyingly clear when you look at it like this. They have a near-total monopoly on knowledge about you. This isn't just an imbalance. This is the very foundation of their power. They say knowledge is power, and in this system, it is almost entirely one-sided.
So, where does all of this lead? When a tiny group of companies holds this much knowledge and this much power to shape behavior on a massive scale, what on earth does that mean for society, for democracy itself?
The scholar who actually coined the term surveillance capitalism, Shoshana Zuboff, she calls this a coup from above. And it's not a violent overthrow with soldiers in the streets. No, it's a quiet, corporate seizure of power.
This coup is a silent takeover, where authority shifts away from us as individuals and away from our democratic institutions and gets placed right into the hands of a few unaccountable tech monopolies. They end up with the power to decide, to shape our society, all without our consent or even our awareness.
And that brings us to the final critical question.
If your experiences are being mined, your future actions are being sold, and your choices are being shaped by these invisible forces, what's left? What part of yourself truly actually remains your own? That's the question surveillance capitalism forces every single one of us to answer.